What up, friends? How are you doing? Good morning. Happy Sunday. I'm just getting ready for work. Today I work a normal schedule. I actually woke up hungry, so I ate a little bit earlier than I was supposed to. All I had was avocado toast. I freaking love avocado toast. I hadn't had that in a really long time. So, anyway, so yeah, I noticed since I really didn't eat much yesterday, I felt it today, this morning as soon as I woke up. And I'm having coffee, of course. And that's all I've had so far. See, and it's outside of my window, but I'm still getting adjusted, so it's okay for me to do that. It'll get easier as the time goes. Okay. Anywho, so I wanted to talk about fake book. Not really fake book, really any social media that sometimes if we're down on our luck, or maybe our life isn't going as we wish, or maybe we're still working towards our goals and whatnot, but we'll go like somewhere and like on social media, and we'll kind of look at other people's lives and kind of be envious of them. Not me, but sometimes people are like that, because sometimes it's in a is my alarm just went off. Social media is an escape, right? It's an escape from reality. Okay. And a lot of people will kind of look at other people's lives and be very envious of them and what they have. They just look at photos and whatnot. Really, I post mainly selfies of myself whenever we have parties. I'll post that. I'll do videos of that just to give you a glimpse of my real, like my life. Besides that, I'm a pretty private person, believe it or not. I'm very private. I don't like people knowing my business, um, believe it or not, but it was a teaching tool for you guys this year to know all the ins and out of it. Now, throughout the year, no matter what I was going through, I still remained posting because even though I was like MIA from social media before that, I'm telling you, like something just kind of pulled me that way to start posting stuff. Now I'm kind of seeing as to why, why I was to do that. And now we know I had like a very choppy year. Like it was good, it was bad, it was kind of, I had some bad things happen to me. It was all learning experience and whatnot, right? Okay, but I still, all the while, the whole year, I was still posting videos here, selfies on Facebook, selfies on Instagram, right? Okay, so despite how I looked in my photos, or however, like if I would post TikToks or whatever, you all knew what was going on in my real life. And you all knew it wasn't anything good. Like it was like the worst time of my life, basically. But all the while, I still stayed posting. I still stayed with my high spirits. I was still thinking positive. I was still very looking forward to the future. I didn't let, no matter what was going on with me, I didn't let it get me down too deep, because these were just, like I said, rumors started by people who don't even know me. Okay. Yes, it bothered me so much that I felt like I had to address it, right? But I didn't let it stop me, is basically what I'm trying to say. I was still posting, I was still putting messages out, I was still telling my story no matter what, even though my life wasn't perfect. So you could see the both sides of it. Now, some people who don't share as much as I do, you can look at their photos, you can look at whatever, and their life, and it may seem like they have it all together. It may seem like everything is good and everything is perfect and everything is, they have everything. They're so lucky. They are so lucky, right? Sometimes you think that, God, like, why does this person get everything they want or whatever? But you don't know what's going on the other side. If you just look at my photos and what I post, you would never know that I was going through the worst part of my life. Like I was going through a damn spiritual awakening, and everybody was just freaking coming at me. Okay. But if I hadn't shared that with you, you wouldn't know. So not everybody is like me to where they would share their troubles. They would, or some people just share, like, like whenever they're like, send me prayers, and then you're like, what's going on, what's happening, and then they're like, DM me, like there's like, why do you do that, some people do like post stuff for sympathy, or they post stuff to make it seem like everything is great, but you don't know what's going on the other side in real life. Some people might be going through stuff and we don't even know it. For a long time, when I was one of my relationships a long time ago, I was being abused, and I didn't say anything. I never posted that, oh, today I got a beat down, I didn't say anything. I was just posting like nice selfies, and I wasn't posting anything about the abuse or the person I was living with. Like, I didn't share any of that. And it was throughout the whole relationship. Nobody knew, not even my family. Like, nobody knew what they knew. I was going through something, but they didn't know to what extent. But I didn't show anybody that side. Right? But this year, I did. I showed you both sides. I showed you what I was going through in real life, and I still continue to post as if it was no big deal, So keep in mind when you're looking at people's photos and envious of people, or not, or some people aren't devious with it, Some people are just like, man, she's lucky, Some people are like, oh, I fucking hate her, she's so lucky, It just, whenever you're looking at people, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what their daily struggles are. You don't know everything. You're just looking at a photo. You're just looking at the surface, okay? So just be mindful, you might be, you know, kind of like jealous of somebody or envious of somebody, but you don't know what they're actually going through. I was actually able to, and like I said, I don't know what it was. Something was telling me to share my frustrations with what I was going through, okay, with what I was going through in life, with everything, the takedown, something. I just felt the urge to share it with people. I don't know if it was frustration. I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was, because I usually never paid that much attention to drama in my life. I would just ignore it and just whatever, which is what I should have did. But I'm kind of glad I did. And of course, now that it's all over with, right? I'm glad that I did do that, because I can prove a point for this video right here, that you never know. Like, if you just look at just my photos and my TikToks and what I was posting, you would never know I was going through the worst time of my life. But I did show you both sides of it. I showed you what my frustrations were, everything I was going through in real life. Just, I couldn't even, I was struggling there for a while. I was emotionally, financially, like any struggle that I was going through, and I mean, I was going through everything. I was going through the gigs. I was going through it, and but I still remain positive about my situation, because it could have been worse. People go through worse than what I went through, you know. And I'm glad that I was able to survive. I was able to get out of the situation that I was in. All of these dark clouds that were surrounding me for months. I still remain positive, and I never gave up. Even though I'm not done. I'm not done. I still have some stuff I got to do, even though, maybe my world was falling apart, I was still positive about it. And that's something that I got from my uncle, the one that passed away, the one that was always talking positive to me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, stop telling me these things. Stop talking to me like that. Like, why are you telling me? He used to always say it, and he's long gone. He did pass away. But I still remember, because even though he knew that I thought he was crazy. He still would still tell me. And like I said yesterday, I used to admire people like that who would still try to help me, even though I was being an asshole about it, like, oh God, shut up, just stop talking, I would be like that, but I would still listen. And years later, I remember and I still use it. And I'm still very thankful for him telling me that. And never in a million years would I ever think I'd be the crazy person. And look at me here, the crazy person. But anyway, so all I'm saying is please don't look at people. Don't try to follow anybody else's lead, like not even mine. Like you live your own life. Like you do your own thing. My alarm went off. You pave your own way. You do it however you gotta do it. However you gotta get there, you gotta fake it to make it to get there. Get there. Get wherever you want to go. Don't let anybody make you feel bad about what you're doing, because you're going to get looked at like you're crazy. You're going to be like, oh God, what's the point? And those are the people you got to kind of, leave on not communicate with so much because they're so negative. You know what I mean? Because it's just going to bring you down. You could still talk to them, like not so often. I just kind of separated from some people that were just so negative with me, like that, like nothing was ever an improvement, like everything was always like, and you want to help people like that too, but not if it's a lost cause, honey, it's a lost cause. Like you can't do anything about it. You can't really, you know, you just got to kind of let leave people like that because they're just so stuck in their ways, so stuck in their ways. And there's this one person that, okay, it's like a family. It's a small family that I know, that I've known for so long. I don't think they watch me, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it. But they're for so long. I've known this family since when I was married is when I met her. That's how long ago I knew her, right? So I've known her since I was 20, like 21, like so young, right? I still know these people until this day, right? And they were the most negative people ever, ever. Like everything is a whole drama. Like no matter what thing happens in their life, like they are clueless as to, and these are like older people than me. Like they were older. They were always older than me, so I used to kind of look up to them because I liked their family dynamic, but I didn't like the negativity that they carried. Like they were so negative, and anytime anything would happen, oh, I knew it. Nothing good ever happens to me. Like that kind of thing. So till this day, these people are still going through the same, like they have not evolved not one bit. They are in the exact same spot that they were back then. Like they haven't even nothing at all. And I was like, man, like these, like they are like I still, I'm not gonna tell you where I have them. I don't even need to know who they are. But I'm like, and I still have them on my friends' pages, because I've known them for so long. But man, the same shit still happening that was happening back then. And I'm like, do people really go their whole lives and never change and never evolve? And I'm not saying like I'm not at all saying that like I'm above anybody. I'm not. But I used to be that same negative person that I last left them as. That used to be me. That's how we met. That's how we got along. Is because we were like that. I was just like them. The way I used to think at 20, 21 years old. And that was actually the downfall of my fun fact. That was the downfall of my marriage. That is why we got divorced. That's why our relationship didn't work. That's how negative of a person I was. He couldn't handle it. He really couldn't. He told me, I can't handle you. You're too much. He told me that. My ex-husband told me that. He's like, I can't, like, I just can't with you. Like, you're just so negative. And he couldn't be around me because that's how bad it was. And I didn't see it. like I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, like I was like, what do you mean I'm so negative? And I was when I really like literally like sit here and like think about it, I was so negative. Like I was the worst back then. Why that man decided to marry me back then, I have no idea. I don't know why he wanted to marry me. I really don't know. But I was a totally different person. But I was a lot like those friends I'm telling you about. Like I just was. That's how we met. We were both on the same level of vibration. Like we were on the same page, you know. So we got along. And I don't talk to them to where I talk to them every day or anything like that. But I just, those friends you just have like on your friends space. I'm not gonna say which social media, but you just have them there just because you've known them a long time. Like that's literally the only reason I don't talk to these people. I send prayers every time they need them because they need them all the time. They're always going through something. But I mean, that's how I was. So if I were to measure like those, like I have like from when I was 20, like I have changed like so much. Like I have changed completely and for the better. And, I could only hope that for anybody else. So anytime you see anybody on social media fake flexing or fake happy or whatever, or even if they are happy, be happy for them. Like, don't be so jealous about people. Like, everybody's on their own journey here. Like, everybody's doing their own thing. You know what I mean? Like, so don't ever feel like you're not enough or their life is better. Like, stop comparing yourself to other people. Like, just stop. Stop doing that. Like, you are your own person. You're living your own life, and you can't measure that against somebody else because everybody has been through different things. Some people don't even have childhood trauma, believe it or not. Some people don't. Not everybody is like that. Not everybody has, shadow work that they have to do. Some people don't. Some people really don't. So you can't really measure yourself next to somebody else. And some people had help from their families, some people didn't. It's all different. So you can't compare yourself to somebody who's had a completely different journey. Be happy with what you have and where you're going. And that's all you got to focus on. Like, that's it. That's it. That's all. That's all you got to do. That's really all you have to do. Okay, I got to go. I got to stop talking. But y'all have a good day, okay?